we're getting wrapped around the axle a little bit with this seller. We're hoping you can help us a little bit. So when we were wholesaling, we wholesaled a property and just closed on it last week. And this guy was actually a land contract holder. And it went smoothly. We kind of built rapport with him, or Chris did, and closed the deal, got him paid off. And then like he got in touch with us almost immediately. He's like, I've got this house on Lincoln. He's like, it's been done. It's turnkey. Want to give you guys first crack at it. And he's like, I want 100, he wants to net 100 grand. So we were going to go down that road and just wholesale it. And then Chris talked to him a couple times. And actually, it turns out he's got 5 houses. And he's like, if you guys can get me the 100 grand on Lincoln, he's like, I'd be open to doing like terms on the other 4.
Okay.
So here's the thing is like, we're like, we could do the wholesale and get like 10 grand. Like we could do it for 100 and get someone to pay 110 for it and just make a quick 10 grand.
Yeah.
And then try to get seller terms on the other 4. Or I was thinking like his motivation is he wants 100 grand to buy UWM stock because I guess it pays 8% dividends, which it's like just
no comment.
And then the other thing is he wants to infuse some capital into his wife's business. So my thought is, and actually Brian spoke to him and Chris was on the line with him. They spoke to the seller last week.
Okay.
And he wants the 100 grand and then he wants 25 grand down for each house thereafter for term. So I'm like trying to just think like, should we just give him 100 grand for this house and then we're paid off and then see if he would, give us the other ones just on strict terms without any down payment? Or
how much are the other ones? Same price range ish?
Yeah. You know what? Pull up the spreadsheet. He kind of made it like a nice spreadsheet for us. So, I mean, he pretty much put down what the retail would be and what he would be willing to net, which is in the second column.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I guess just trying to figure out ideas. We were going to maybe try to jump on a call with him tomorrow and just think of some options here where we could wrap them all up. A couple of them are empty. A couple of them have tenants. So we'd have to deal with that.
Okay.
And
there's no wrong way of going here, but let's just spitball ideas. It sounds like, I mean, my knee jerk goes 2 directions. Tell me what this sounds like, and then we'll start peeling it back. But my knee jerk goes 1, pay him a premium on that 100, have him refinance it and pull his cash out. Is he willing to do that?
No, he said he's not.
He's not. Okay, take that off. The deal you just showed me was which one of these?
Lincoln. It's the one that's in highlighted.
Yellow. Okay. Okay. The other place I see room then is his estimated retail and his investor net. You could go a little higher than what he thinks he's getting for net, and let that be the incentive to do owner financing.
So that's can I share my screen? Because I've actually
Yep.
Here's kind of what we're thinking is kind of what you're saying, right? Like Lincoln, maybe we offer them 5 or 10 grand more, right?
Yep.
On Lincoln.
Yep.
And then, we can get a tenant buyer in there. I mean, we could sell that thing 130 all day long. We can pretty much net about 350 on each of these properties. I mean, can you see this okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
We got about 350 on payday 2 for each of these. I mean, there's a nice, the market rent's like 1,300 on all these. So anyway, we were thinking about paying him a little bit of a premium on all of them. They're all retail about 571. And we were going to give them like, 525-ish for all of them. So pay them the premium, give them the 100 grand down, just saying, look, that's all we have. We'll give you 100 grand. We'll just take them all off your hands, but we'll pay you a premium and then just start cashing out at year 3, kind of do a step like year 3, year 4, year 5.
Yeah, I would try to go a little more just because of the market, but these are small ham and egg homes. It's okay, but I would try to go out at least 4 years. I don't know owner financing. I try never to go earlier, but you got a bunch of stuff on the plate here that can easily be pivoted later on if you had to go 3. It's okay. I just would like to see 4. The other thing I would do is when you do talk to them, because you guys are good with numbers, I would say something along the lines of, hey, we ran all the metrics every way we could. And here's what we can do. And I wouldn't just come up with 100. I would come up with some very well thought out number, like 92,000, $400. That's what we can put down when we ran our metrics. So he doesn't think there's wiggle room there. You're not just throwing it on the table. You ran it, you have a way you do these, and then do the rest on owner financing. How much did you go up on these other ones?
5 or 10, like for example, like Continental, we went up. Well, actually, we went up to basically market. What market? He's willing to take 83. I mean, we're like, look, man, we'll give you market basically on that one. Gascony was like 114. He was willing to take 92, so we'd give him, a premium on that.
The only thing you're doing on that much of a premium is you're eating up like 10 or 11 months of the term in principal pay down to get back to normal. You know what I mean?
Okay.
For example, on Continental, these are all going to be somewhere around what for your payment to him. Did you think about that yet? So I can give you an intelligent answer.
Yeah, I mean, so principal and interest on pretty much all these would be around the 625 range. That's if an investor was going to get a loan. So I'm trying to think what we did. We were going to do, Chris, were we going to do 400 a month?
I think I have it in my notes. One sec.
Were you trying to go principal only, or is this guy's brain too conventional?
We're going to start with it.
We're going to start with it. Yeah.
And you justify it with the premiums.
Yeah, Chris, on all these, we were going to do 400 a month to him.
Okay, so again,
because if you look at his net, Chris, I mean, he's way under market on a lot of these anyway.
Yeah.
Like he's under market. So he's not clearing a ton of money on these. He's probably making 11%, 12%, cash on cash returns.
Yep.
So I think 400, man, like cash flow for him is not a bad thing.
Then make it, again, adjust these proportional to his chart and make it like, 408, 413, 4 whatever. So again, this is like solid. This is what you give him. This is how we can do it. And you're not doing it to negotiate.
Okay. Sounds good.
Chris, I had a quick question.
Yeah.
Kind of where we were stuck at was, if you scroll down here and you see payday one as an example of about 60 something thousand. That's obviously for all 5. And that's kind of coming from where we think how much, people could put down in these lower priced areas potentially.
Yep.
Obviously, if we were to tap our credit line to pay him 100 for Lincoln and then take all 5, we would be in the red on payday one, even if we met all those metrics. So I guess what we were trying to figure out was do we just sell Lincoln wholesale to get him the 100 and then to do the other 4? Or I guess we're really trying to find a way to do all 5, but not be out of pocket.
How much if you hypothetically cash in your lines, however, it doesn't matter, credit card, how much will that cost you a month for the 100?
Well, it's part of that fund and grow, right? Like we're basically going to take 100 grand.
So you can have 0 interest though for the first year.
Yeah, it's 0 interest for first year, and then I'm waiting on the terms for what it would be after 18 months.
Yeah, because the reason I'm thinking that way is, even if it was interest, treat that as a mortgage on that one. That's all. Don't lump everything together. Treat it as a mortgage on that property you bought. You guys are the mortgage, you're the mortgage holder.
Okay.
And if that one hasn't, whatever that number comes, the first year it's gonna be all positive. So you dump a bunch in the account. Then when 18 months starts, where does the delta change enough where you start eating into the reserves? Do you follow me?
Kind of.
Okay, let's say, sorry.
No, you mean, okay, I got what you're saying. So first 18 months, we're going to be cash flow good because interest only payments, whatever we're paying. And then at month 18, that interest is going to start kicking in. So what is that going to look like? I'm not sure what that's going to look like yet until I get what the terms will be on the line. Credit. Quite frankly, I'd love to pay it off quickly if we do more deals.
That or you're gonna do another round with Fund and Grow, and then if in a year you have to get 0 interest again, great, you get 0 interest again. This thing could be 0 interest forever.
Okay.
But you
As long
make
as
it
you
a
pay
big deal with the
tuition.
guy. Like, he doesn't know that. You make it a huge deal. Look, we're gonna do this. It's gonna cost us some money, but we want your other deals. I would not, here's why I wouldn't wholesale. You're missing the boat on cost segregation, huge dollars, each one of these houses. You're missing the boat on depreciation. You're missing the boat if you get rid of it.
You are absolutely right, man. I cost seg everything, so I totally get it.
And if you're gonna keep it, then you know this thing. You're not gonna do a cost seg on a house that you think you're gonna spin out of in 2 or 3 years. But
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, because you're gonna get screwed. You're gonna get
even
hosed.
the regular depreciation and the ownership and the buyer changes gears and you become the bank. Like, there's so many pivots. These projections are okay, but you're probably gonna do better on 2 or 3 of these than you even think.
Yeah. So your thought is, let's go in and let's just buy Lincoln from him, cash outright, and then see. But that's contingent on giving us these other 4,
Correct.
basically with no money down.
Definitely
right?
make it contingent. You're not paying
Yeah.
cash for one house.
Yeah, but I mean, it's contingent on 0 down on the other 4 because he wants 25 or 25 on the other ones, which is another, 100 grand, which we don't. Yeah.
No, it's too much.
Okay.
Tell him instead you gave him a premium. So don't go up on the one you're paying cash for. Actually, give him what he
What'd you
wants.
say?
Don't go up on start anyway this way. Don't go up on the one you're paying cash for.
Okay.
Go up on the other ones, and if you have to go back to sweeten it, then you go back up on that one.
Okay. So we're gonna give him we'll give him 100 cash for Lincoln, and then we'll give him the premium on the others if he's willing to float, and we're not putting any money down.
Yep.
We don't have it.
Yep.
Yeah. And on the first one, like you said, we can make it a detailed number that even sounds right to him. We can make it like 101, 328.
Exactly. Like I meshed this out. I pushed every
Yeah.
metric we have.
This is the deal. No negotiation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So question I have, because a couple of these, I'm just gonna show you here. We've got 2 that are, I mean, a couple of them that are month to month. Do we do a contingent that these tenants are out?
Gotcha. Okay, well, that goes back to, so I did a video on this. You guys can see it in Linda, but this is what I normally would do on one house. I got to answer it like that first. So I talked to the seller, and the seller said, I got a tenant. Great. I need to go meet the tenant by myself. And why? I want to see if I want to inherit them or if I want to make it contingent upon it being empty. So how do I know if I want to inherit them? They look me in the eye, they communicate well, the house is not a shithole. Like, oh, okay, then these guys will stay here and keep it up. That's what I look for.
Okay.
I did one with, like, quick story. So I did one with a vet. She was in the house. She was in the military then, not a vet, a current active. And she said, look, I kind of want to stay if I maybe even be good for your rental home program, but if I get orders, I got to leave. So, well, I got to come meet you first. So I met her, clean as a whistle, military, like perfect person. Ended up getting orders and leaving. Fine. We put a tenant buyer in that. They did it in our IRA, and they were like pristine tenant buyer. Like, there's so many deal after the deal,
I actually did see that
Right.
video. I did see that video. Because you shared it. You shared that story in one of the other ones.
And I'm not saying that's the only answer, guys. We could talk and do 3 more, but that's just probably what I would do with it.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
The other ones?
All right. So I think we have kind of a game plan.
Yep.
Chris,
Chris.
I had one more quick question.
Sure.
And I'm sure that obviously you experience this in your market. So to get a tenant buyer, obviously we know that there's a lot of people out there who want to buy that don't qualify. But a lot of those people would also be people who would be, let's say, like 3.5 or 5%, FHA or conventional buyers. In this market, or just in general, when a house is like 100,000, 120,000, are you finding that there is still like a large pool of people that have, 10%, $10,000 to put down?
Yeah, Nick will do these first few with you and you'll love it. But even if people come to us and go, I'm just going to put $1,000 down on VA or whatever, it doesn't matter. This is our program.
Yeah.
You do whatever you want.
And then do it in payment.
Yeah. And Nick will help you. So they might be perfect in every way on the next step form that they submit. And when Nick talks to them, and he's okay with putting them in there at 5 if they have a plan to get up to 10 or whatever. But he's going to look at the whole picture, and he's super conservative because we've gone through every kind of hustle you can imagine.
Sure.
The short answer is yes. If you talk to any top mortgage broker right now, like doing a lot of loans, it's like they're at like 17% tops people qualifying for applications. 17.
Wow.
17 out of 100 can qualify.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of these people. Then you got a crap load of people, even in this price range, that said, I want to start my own business, and they can't get financing it. But everything else is good. They got cash, they got credit. You're just gonna be patient. You'll see that with Nick, with the buyers. Just be patient.
Cool.
Okay. I mean, I like that idea because Lincoln is actually empty and it's turnkey. So I think if we pay cash, we don't have a mortgage. I think we're gonna kill it with this one out of the rip. I really
Oh, that's
think
empty?
well, that's empty and it's turnkey. It's beautiful, right, Chris? I mean, he's
And
done
it's not
everything.
new roof, new furnace, new floors, new
So you
air
can fill that
conditioner.
baby right away with Nick's help.
Yeah, I mean, we'd be able to get that one right out of the rip.
We had a house we paid cash for somewhere near you guys with Robert Purcell, when Wicked Smart Finance did the cash. And it sat for a little bit, and Robert's got nervous, and Nick's just like, just wait. And so they filled it like 2 weeks ago. I want to say they got, it was like 75 grand retail. We bought it for 50. I think they got like, I don't know, 8 or 10. They already got that now, 8 or 10 grand. It's low end, because the guy was from, I think it's Mexico. He could be deported. Like, there's all these weird things. And we're like, great. If he leaves, he leaves. I don't know. So you do have buyers in there, in that market.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we haven't even scratched the surface on expired or FSBOs. These are all from a mailer that we sent out the day before we started with your group.
It's awesome.
So these are all like kind of lower end. I think once we start calling the FSBOs and the expireds, I mean, we're gonna be in the $400,000
But
range.
both are great. Both are great for a lot of reasons. Your buyers list, just by doing the one, but your buyers list by doing 4 or 5 of these is going to go big really quick.
Okay.
And so you're going to be able to pop and play these properties, plug and
Okay.
play.
I mean, I like the strategy. I think going in with 100 grand and then paying the premium on the other ones. I don't know, Chris, you know him better than I do. You think that's something he'd be receptive to on a 4-year, 4 or 5 year term?
Yeah, I think he'd be good. I think he's receptive to a 4 or 5 year balloon. I know that his main motivation, like we said, is the cash for his wife's business and stuff. But I think that we should have 2 options. Obviously, option A being what we discussed, and push that pretty hard with a detailed, like number like 101,000, like we said, and then a premium on the others to get him to take it. And then maybe an option B, if he bulks at that, we can come up with.
Yeah, and then the other thing you guys might want to keep in mind, and you might want to do it right out of the gate, is take, I don't know, 2 of these and go longer in the term and a touch more premium. So try like a 4 and a 7. Because then you have so much.
4-year and then a 7.
Yeah, then you have so much ramp to, you close another deal on a $300,000 house. You call this guy and go, hey, instead of waiting 2 years, what would you take now? You're going to discount most of these notes before they're due. I guarantee you, because you're going to have other, to your point, Chris, just then you have other bigger deals. Payday ones come in and boom, you just get rid of it.
Okay. I like that. I like that idea. Pay a higher premium, try to stretch out the term a little bit. It gives you a little more flexibility.
That could be option B.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. I like that. Cool. No, I love it. And we can do this at another time, but we got another guy. We got an 82-year-old guy who's got 2. Are you guys good with this, guys? I mean, if you guys have any
we're good.
I'm good.
I
Yep,
wanted
we're
to
good.
Got some
ask
ideas
you-
anyway?
We've got 2 duplexes. An 82-year-old guy owns. He's a snowbird. He doesn't want to be a landlord. His kids have no interest in, taking over the properties. And I think I sent you the lead sheet on that. We're just trying
I sent it to him and Brian.
Good.
I'll stop sharing.
And this is the old fart, the 82-year-old?
Yeah. And, I mean, for obvious reason, he was like, I don't want to, he's open to lease, to terms, but he's like, I'm 82. Right. So,
Hey, we did one where the lady, the daughter didn't want it, but she didn't want her daughter to get the money, and she was going to nursing home. We literally wired her to nursing home for 3.5 years. The freaking thing that cashed out, and then she died.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
That's creative financing right there.
Seriously.
This is good stuff. So what are you thinking then?
So this guy's way under market on his, obviously we'd be marketing this to an investor, right? I mean, probably an investor that's trying to pick up some units, right?
Who's work great for rent-own?
So I was going to say, if you house hack, like the house hack, right? So one side pays your, That's true too. So he's,
I'll give you an idea, Chris. So, so we have a few still. So we market, what's cool about them is we market them 2 ways. At the same time, we say, here's the price for the whole place, because a lot of rent-owned families have the combined living situation going on. They're trying to help each other, a lot of them. So you market the whole price for the both sides. At the same time, you market 1 unit. And the stipulation is, hey, you're going in this unit, I'm renting the one next door. When you get your mortgage, you can take the whole thing. But until then, I got that one.
that's
So
awesome.
you really crush it. And you put both marketing out at once. Nick's done, again, a bunch of these. Every 2 that we've done, a family took it. Every time. So
Interesting.
sorry to interrupt you. What else?
Yeah.
No, we
I
were
mean,
just saying we would have never thought of that.
it's a great idea, man.
I said that once upon a time and then we thought of it. So it's